Have you ever felt like life is slipping through your hands, no matter how hard you try to hold on? Like chasing shadows, the more desperate you become, the further they run. But what if the secret to getting everything you long for isn't in chasing harder, but in learning how to let go? The Stoics, warriors of wisdom, discovered that true strength lies not in force, but in flow. Their lessons echo through time, inviting us to pause, breathe, and see life differently. Every day, we wake into a world that tells us to push harder, move faster, hustle more. Yet, deep inside, we feel exhausted, anxious, and uncertain. Perhaps you know the weight of sleepless nights, worrying about the future, or the pressure to meet expectations that never seem to end. You are not alone. The Stoics faced wars, plagues, betrayals, struggles far beyond ours, yet they cultivated unshakable peace. And from their wisdom, we can draw strength for our own battles today. The philosophy of Stoicism offers us a map, a way to walk through chaos without being broken by it. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. These names carry more than history. They carry tools for survival. They remind us that peace is not the absence of hardship, but mastery within it. Today, we will uncover 7 Stoic principles that can transform your struggles into strength and your longing into quiet confidence. These are not abstract theories. They are practices tested across centuries. By the end of this journey, you will not only understand Stoicism, you will feel it alive within you. You will see how to let go of desperate striving, how to stand firm in storms, and how to welcome abundance with a steady heart. These 7 principles will not just teach you philosophy, they will reshape how you face pressure, anxiety, and the chaos of daily life. If you are ready to reclaim your calm and your power, this is your moment. Let us begin. Principle 1. Detached desire. The first Stoic principle is the art of detached desire. The paradox is simple yet powerful. The tighter you cling to what you want, the further it slips away. Desire becomes magnetic only when it is free from desperation. The Stoics called this preferred indifference, to prefer wealth, love, or success, but never to tie your peace to it. When you hold your goals lightly, like a butterfly resting in your palm, you invite them to stay instead of pushing them away. Epictetus, once a slave who rose to become a great teacher, wrote, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." These words cut through centuries to reach us now. He did not say we should abandon dreams, but that we should stop confusing desire with need. When you need, you become chained to outcomes. When you simply want, you remain free. This freedom is not weakness, it is magnetic strength. Think of water. It never forces itself through stone. It flows gently around, and over time it shapes mountains. So too with desire. Imagine 2 people planting seeds. One anxiously digs them up each day to check if they're growing. The other trusts the soil, the rain, and the sun. Which one reaps the harvest? Detached desire is not passivity. It is trust in the natural rhythm of life. When you stop suffocating your dreams with anxiety, you give them the space to bloom. Today, this lesson is more urgent than ever. Social media shouts that we must hustle, grind, and manifest through sheer force. Yet look at those who radiate ease. They are often the ones attracting opportunities without desperate effort. Detachment doesn't mean giving up. It means holding your dreams with peace instead of panic. Say to yourself, "I desire with calm, not desperation." This is not weakness. It is maturity. The recognition that the universe's plan may be even greater than your own. Principle 2. Present moment magnetism. The second Stoic principle is present moment magnetism. Our minds often dwell in yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's anxieties. But the Stoics remind us, all creation happens only here, now. Seneca wrote that true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence on the future. When you anchor yourself in the present, you become fully alive. Your energy shifts, and opportunities that once passed unnoticed begin to flow naturally toward you. Seneca's wisdom echoes through time. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. These words cut through centuries of human worry. The Stoics were not dreamers lost in tomorrow. They were masters of the now. They understood that when we abandon this moment, we abandon life itself. Presence is not passive. It is the highest form of power, the magnetic field that pulls what you seek directly to you. Picture a sailor steering his ship through stormy seas. If he obsesses over distant horizons, he misses the wave before him and sinks. But when his focus is steady on the present, he guides the ship safely forward. The same is true for us. The present is the only wave we can ride. To resist, it is to drown. To embrace, it is to move with life itself. Every breath, every heartbeat, is proof that the present is not just a place. It is the power that shapes destiny. In our age of constant notifications, deadlines, and endless scrolling, presence has become rare. But imagine the energy you radiate when you give full attention to this moment. Listening deeply, working with focus, living with calm. Presence makes you magnetic. People feel drawn to your steadiness. Instead of being pulled apart by regrets and fears, you move with clarity. This is how opportunities, relationships, and abundance find you. The present is not just where life happens. It is where miracles are born. Principle 3. Accepted resistance. The third Stoic principle is the wisdom of accepted resistance. Life will always present obstacles. This is not an exception, it is the rule. But the Stoics discovered that resistance itself is not the enemy. Marcus Aurelius taught that what stands in the way becomes the way. Every barrier is not a wall to stop you, but a teacher shaping you into who you must become. Resistance, when embraced, transforms from burden into blessing. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." These are not poetic words. They were born from plagues, betrayals, and wars. The emperor himself faced storms greater than most of us will ever know, yet he learned to see obstacles not as punishments, but as guides. Resistance, he realized, is not life saying stop, but life saying grow. Think of the oyster and the pearl. The grain of sand does not destroy the oyster. It shapes it, transforming irritation into treasure. So too with us. Obstacles are the grains of sand life places within us, opportunities to create pearls of wisdom, patience, and resilience. Those who flee from resistance miss the chance to grow. Those who embrace it find themselves stronger, richer, and more capable than before. Today, many see obstacles as signs to quit, failed projects, rejected applications, broken relationships. But what if these barriers are not endings, but beginnings? Every delay could be protection. Every rejection could be redirection. Ask yourself, what is this challenge here to teach me? When you stop fighting reality and start learning from it, resistance becomes your greatest ally. In truth, resistance is not your enemy. It is your path forward. Principle 4. Inner authority. The fourth Stoic principle is the power of inner authority. Too often, we hand over the keys of our happiness to external events, to money, to status, to other people's approval. But the Stoics remind us, no one can rule your inner world unless you grant them permission. True strength begins the moment you reclaim your authority and realize that peace, joy, and confidence are choices that live within you, not prizes handed out by others. Epictetus declared, "No one can hurt you without your permission." These words carry an unshakable truth. Every time we say, "I can only be happy if," or "I'll feel successful when," we hand away our freedom. The Stoics taught that real power lies not in bending the world to our will, but in mastering our own inner responses. To live as a Stoic is to live unshaken, regardless of the storm outside. Imagine a ship at sea without a captain. It drifts wherever the waves push it, at the mercy of every storm. Now imagine a captain firmly gripping the wheel, guiding the ship with calm resolve, no matter how fierce the winds. That captain is your inner authority. Without it, you are tossed by opinions, moods, and events. With it, you steer your life with clarity. The Stoics invite us to take back the wheel of our own ship. In our world, it is easy to let numbers on a screen decide our mood, bank balances, likes, followers. But when your peace depends on these, you are no longer free. The Stoic path is to anchor joy within, so that whether praised or criticized, rich or poor, you remain steady. Begin each day by asking, how do I choose to feel right now, regardless of circumstances? That single choice reclaims your authority. Change inside, and the outside will follow. Principle 5, Strategic Non-Action. The fifth Stoic principle is the art of strategic non-action. In a culture that glorifies hustle, we confuse endless motion with progress. The Stoics remind us, stillness is not weakness, it is wisdom. True mastery is knowing when to act and when to pause. Sometimes the most powerful move is stepping back, creating space for life to align itself. Like an archer holding breath before release, stillness can be the most decisive action of all. The wisdom echoes in words influenced by Stoic thought. The sage does not attempt anything very big, and thus achieves greatness. The Stoics understood that forcing outcomes breeds chaos, while restraint often births clarity. They saw that progress does not come from restless activity, but from aligned, intentional action. By daring to wait, the wise step aside and allow the universe to move pieces on their behalf. Think of a chess master. He does not move pieces just to appear busy. He waits for the opening, letting his opponent rush forward with careless moves. His silence is deliberate, his patience a weapon. In the same way, life rewards those who know when to step back. Strategic non-action is not laziness, it is alignment. The oak tree does not force the acorn to sprout overnight. It trusts time, soil, and season to bring forth growth in due course. In our age, stillness feels unnatural. We fill every silence with noise, every gap with activity. But often, the most transformative breakthroughs arrive when we pause. Instead of forcing action out of fear, allow yourself to wait without guilt. This creates room for unseen forces to align. The next time you feel the urge to act from panic, pause and remind yourself, not moving can also be moving. In stillness, life reveals the step you could not see before. Principle 6, Emotional Sovereignty. The sixth Stoic principle is emotional sovereignty. Most people believe their emotions are dictated by the world, by rejection, by loss, by success or failure. But the Stoics reveal the deeper truth. Emotions are not storms that control you. They are choices you can guide. To master your emotions is not to suppress them, but to understand their message and then decide how to respond. This sovereignty turns chaos into clarity, weakness into strength. Seneca reminded us, every new thing excites the mind, but a mind that seeks the truth turns from the new and unknown to the eternal and divine. He understood that emotions are sparks, not commands. To live at their mercy is to drift endlessly. To guide them is to steer destiny. The Stoics knew that mastery over the inner storm was the foundation of freedom. Emotions can inform you, but they should never define you. Imagine two men facing the same rejection. One collapses, consumed by despair. The other pauses, feels the sting, but transforms it into fuel for growth. What separates them is not the event, but sovereignty. Just as a skilled rider guides a wild horse, you can guide your emotions. Left untamed, they drag you into ruin. Guided with wisdom, they become power, carrying you further than you imagined. Sovereignty is the difference between slavery to mood and freedom of the soul. In today's world, emotions are often outsourced to screens. Likes, comments, and numbers decide how we feel. But sovereignty means saying, my peace does not rise or fall with these waves. It means feeling anger without destruction, sadness without despair, fear without paralysis. Emotions are energy, you decide their direction. When you choose calm in chaos, you invite calm into your life. When you choose joy regardless of circumstance, you attract joy. Sovereignty is not denial, it is power. Principle 7, Philosophy of Enough. The seventh Stoic principle is the philosophy of enough. In a world that constantly shouts you must have more wealth, more recognition, more possessions, the Stoics whisper a radical truth. Enough is already here. True abundance is not measured by what you own, but by how you see what you have. When you realize that you are already whole, already rich in the essentials of life, you begin to walk with quiet confidence that no achievement can give or take away. Seneca, one of the wealthiest men of Rome, confessed, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." These words strike at the heart of human restlessness. Even surrounded by luxury, he saw that craving made men slaves. Enough, he discovered, is not about scarcity, it is about liberation. To stop chasing endlessly is to finally live freely. Picture a man endlessly filling a jar with water that leaks through the cracks. No matter how much he pours, it is never full. Now imagine another man with a smaller jar, intact, brimming with golden light. Which one is richer? The Stoics remind us that without contentment, no amount will ever satisfy. But when you accept enough, your vessel is always full. This is the paradox. The moment you stop chasing endlessly, abundance begins to chase you. Today, endless scrolling and advertising tell us we are never enough. We must buy, achieve, prove, and upgrade. But the Stoic practice is radical in its simplicity. Pause, breathe, and list what you already have. Health, relationships, skills, even the miracle of life itself. These are treasures. When you feel the richness of the present moment, you stop acting from desperation. You move from fullness. And fullness attracts more. Whisper it to yourself tonight. I am enough. We have walked through 7 Stoic principles: to desire without clinging, to live fully in the present, to embrace resistance, to reclaim inner authority, to pause with wisdom, to master emotions, and to live with the philosophy of enough. Each is not just an idea, but a path, a way to meet chaos with calm, fear with strength, and longing with peace. Together, they form a fortress of the mind, a golden shield against the storms of life. The Stoics do not promise an easy life. They promise a strong one. You are not fragile. You are not broken. You are a soul capable of resilience greater than you imagine. Every obstacle is a lesson. Every storm is training. You carry within you a light that no darkness can extinguish. Stand tall, walk calmly, and remember, life does not happen against you. It happens for you. And you are already equipped to face it. Now, I invite you to practice. Tonight, before you sleep, write down one desire you choose to hold lightly, one moment of gratitude, and one obstacle you will embrace instead of resist. These simple steps are how philosophy becomes power. If this message speaks to you, share it, live it, and let it shape you. Transformation begins not tomorrow, not someday, but now, in this very breath you take. This is the essence of Stoicism, not to escape life, but to live it more fully, more courageously, more freely. If you are ready to build your inner fortress, remember these words: Stoic Miracles, where timeless wisdom meets modern strength. Subscribe, reflect, and step forward into your destiny with calm power. Until next time, walk in gold, think in stone, and live in deep blue.